This episode of Speakers of Heidelin is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our Supreme and Master Speakers, Omage Cat Comet, Erisu Yamakawa, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Aurora Templeton, Psyche, Azuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Nina Grimstarter, Lily Black, Bob CC, Mikta Rabentau, Anathus Moonscar, Pamela Isley, Elenriel Maximus, Codrith Novelist, Mira Miri, Celeste Notrell, Lazyboy, Luke Osborne, Pandaloo Stormarrow, Tex, Kylin, Arthur Law, Beridan Derard, Cypup, Spencer Christmas, Celine DeLune, Edwin, Wibsta Wolf, Severa, Circa Barrakiel, Kazran, Ventos Tia, Ryark Forbear, Leighton the House, Tony, Arcadia Lunashine, Framboise Zaccaro, Bergie, Fudge, Seffiel, Cafe, Nat Clay, and Gregorium Cartus. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV. Thank you. This is Speakers of Heidelin. Good evening, Aorisians. Welcome to Speakers of Heidelin, episode 403. I am Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Georgi Wiston? Why do I keep doing that now? Georgi Wiston, Mela Vanadar, and Rollo Des. Hello.
Hi.
We are here on May the 25th. I say that as if that's a very important date. It is not. It is May 25th,
May
2024.
It's May Day.
It
maybe.
is.
I don't know.
No.
May Day's May 1st. I think it's
May
pretty.
1st?
Yeah.
All right, well.
So we're 24 days off, but that's fine. It is. Today we're going to talk about. We're going to have a great discussion today about Final Fantasy XIV's gearing system. Does it need a rework? Does it need an update? Is it fun? That's what we're going to talk about today, so I'm sure the comments are going to be fantastic this week. Also, we're going to do a review of Make It Rain 2024, and of course, we'll be reading MogMail now. SpeakersXIV.com/MogMail. Hurry up, send us more, please, because we are running out of MogMail. Stay tuned for the post-show. We'll be answering questions from the Syndicate, and that's that. We still haven't, I just now realized, still haven't figured out how to do. Maybe actually, during the post show, we will figure out how to do the
Live planning
of the.
It's the only way you'll hold us accountable.
Yes, we'll plan how to do the Titanic fan fiction during the post show. We have a channel update, short notice, so only relevant for those that are watching live. Tomorrow, starting at 3 p.m. Central European Time. No, yes, that's 3 p.m. is... Oh, no, 3 p.m. is 9 a.m. Eastern Time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 9 a.m. Eastern, we start our 12-hour stream. From 3 to 3 Central European Time, 9 to 9 Eastern. We will post. We can't really post. The notice is short, so I don't think there's any point in giving you any further information. We will play 14. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll play 14. We'll play Jackbox. We'll play. What's the third game? Oh, we'll do the villain ranking part 2, and last we'll play King of the Castle.
King of the Castle,
which is a Twitch game, essentially. So be there or be square. That's tomorrow, starting at 3 p.m. Central European Time. Also, reminder, if you're in Europe or in the UK, Monday's a bank holiday.
Yay!
Yeah. Okay, that's that. Let's.
Here too. It's Memorial Day on Monday.
Oh, there you go. Is that what it is for you too, Mel, or is it just bank holiday?
It's just we just have a spring bank holiday. It's just
Oh, I see. Okay, well there you go.
late spring bank holiday.
Okay. All right, that's it. Let's jump into recent events. Let's jump into recent events. Ay, ay, ay. Right.
Wow.
Exciting
Headline.
news. Yeah, payment update. Well, this is relevant because it has been
Well,
for North America. This has been a pretty.
it's not the payment update they wanted.
No, that's true, but it is an update about the payment system. There is an update to the 14 payment system. And I think you all, when you read this headline, you're like, oh, okay, thank God. All right, it's sorted out. I can relax. It's all great. Well, thank you for your continued support of Final Fantasy XIV. We have an announcement regarding upcoming changes related to game subscriptions, as well as purchases made from the MOG Station and the Final Fantasy XIV online store.
Okay.
Beginning June 25th, 2024, all customer transactions on the Final Fantasy XIV online store and MOG Station, including game subscriptions, oh, here it comes. They've fixed it. They've sorted it. Will be subject to any state or local sales tax where applicable.
What?
Any purchases made following the introduction of these changes will be adjusted to include estimated sales tax based on the address registered on the Square Enix account from which the
Estimated
purchase
tax?
is made.
That can't be legal.
Can you
You can't
explain how this
estimate
worked
someone's tax.
before, Rollo?
What was that?
Can you explain how this worked before, Rollo?
Well, no tax, I'm assuming.
It
Or
was
now,
just-
I guess.
It was just a flat rate. At least it with me in Virginia. Okay, that's what I can say. I just paid the $14.99. Yeah, but I guess now they're going to be doing state taxes too, which is always different in every state. And I think some states might even not collect sales tax on this kind of thing,
Like vegetable
because
goods.
So how did this?
There's 50 states. It's very different
Yeah.
depending where you
No.
live. Sorry.
Yeah.
But how were they taking sales tax before? Were they just
They-
were they just getting away with it?
Yeah, I guess they did.
Yeah, apparently.
apply
They
sales
just use-
tax.
They
No,
did
I
like a
mean-
global VAT for all of America.
Yeah.
Well, there was it's like a thing in Amazon a couple years ago, like where no one paid taxes on any purchases there for such a long time for
Mm.
whatever reason, until they made you recently. You had to you're supposed to report it, I guess, on your taxes. Be like, I
Oh.
bought this thing from Amazon. Yeah, I'm gonna pay taxes on it now.
Oh God.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was like years ago. It's
I think
not how it
VAT
is
here
anymore.
is just automatically like that's
Everything's,
just
yeah.
It is
baked
here
into our
as well.
price.
Everything is just within the final sale price.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, that's changing for North America. Please note that this change will also apply to recurring subscriptions paid by credit card or Krista to your service account, and any subscription changes processed following the introduction of these changes will also be subject to applicable sales tax. To avoid incorrect charges, please ensure that the address registered to your Square Enix account is correct. You can confirm and update your registered address by logging into the Square Enix account management system and accessing the account information section from the account menu. Additional details regarding these updates will be provided in future notices. Now,
When there are issues around the addresses.
well, this seems to now things are starting to make sense with why they changed the payment system to begin with, requiring addresses because it's tax related. So that's probably
Well,
what's happening.
It might be some new legislation recently too, because like I said, some states do not collect taxes on these kind of digital purchases.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know. Maybe they got a little nervous because something's changing.
Yeah.
I couldn't say.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So there you go. You're gonna see a change probably in the price of
You
your
may end
subscription.
up paying more or less.
Yeah.
Not more.
Not
state
less.
you're in.
Less? Would it be less? It wouldn't
No,
be less. There would be
I
more.
don't think
more.
you'll ever be paying less.
No. Because currently
More.
in North America you're not paying tax on it, but starting June 25th,
Oh,
they
right.
will
yeah.
add tax when
Yeah,
applicable.
If it's a 0% tax, then it'll be the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna put
Which
my
must be a
address
trick.
as the tax-free state. Is it Delaware? I think they don't have sales tax.
Shout
Maybe
out.
income tax. Shout out to
They don't have
Delaware.
income tax in Delaware?
Yeah.
Holy
Well,
moly.
It's a tax shelter.
Oh, move to Delaware,
No
folks.
income tax.
That's crazy.
America's crazy, man. We just do shit here, all right?
Okay. Right. So there you go. That's the update for Final Fantasy 14. 14's payment update. Sorry, not to 14. Well, technically. All right. Moving on. The free login campaign has returned to 14. Started on May 23rd. Will go on until June 20th this year. Our upcoming expansion draws near, and in the hope that would-be adventurers can experience all that 14 has to offer, we're pleased to announce the latest free login campaign. Join the hustle and bustle of Eorzea with the ongoing Yokai Watch collaboration event and Moogle Treasure Trove, the Second Hunt for Genesis. If you or any of your friends are currently taking a break from your adventures, you won't want to miss out on this limited time event. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to add to this. This is the same stuff that we're used to. 96 hours. Now remember, 96 hours starting from the moment the account logs in. It's not playtime. It is a ticking clock. So got to be playing a lot if you want to get enough bang for your buck.
All of those updates will be counted towards your playtime.
Yes.
It's such a shit login cat. Just make it 1 week instead of
Take
a month.
a note
and make it allowed to log in.
Like 11. 11 has a flat, like, okay, from this time to this time, log in is free.
Easier.
Yeah. But this is how they do it in 14. So get your friends back for a little bit, and then they'll leave the moment the login campaign is over and never come back. Well, come back. Maybe they'll come back next time.
I'm DMing Lonigan.
Lonigan, I think.
I get Orange back on here.
Is Orange.
Orange returned briefly.
Orange is, has returned briefly.
He's done a couple times.
Yeah, he might still be around.
Yeah.
I'll get Lonnie. And
I think you have more luck trying to get Vero back.
All right.
To be honest.
That's a challenge.
We can contact either of them anymore.
No.
It's a shame Brian's already playing.
Yeah,
that's true. Okay. That's
not gonna explain it, are you?
Why would I explain it? You said it.
Yeah, Brian.
Brian's playing.
Okay.
All right, moving on to the Mountain Dew stuff that's going on. I mean, we got dew on the brain here, folks.
Yeah, just do it.
Yay!
And now the there's the Dew Game Vault has opened, or it is opening this week. So you have to pay attention, apparently. So the post says, we got a full party's worth of 14 rewards coming into the Dew Game Vault this week. Keep your eyes on our socials to be the first to know when the vault is open. The Dew Game Vault stays open for 72 hours or until all rewards are redeemed, whichever occurs first. Open to US and Guam residents only. So, yeah, of course. 18 plus, 19 AL and NE. What does that mean? AL? Alabama? Are these states? And Nebraska.
Alan and NE.
Ends the 1st of... Huh? No, sorry.
No.
5th of January.
This is 125
This is the part that fucking confused me when I was asking, when does this event end? It says ends on the 5th of January 2025.
Yeah.
What the fuck are they on about?
Yeah, I don't quite get the end date here.
Well, because
you have to redeem them during that period of time, maybe.
Oh,
it's part of the Xbox thing too, because it's part of the Xbox gaming rewards thing. So you can, I'm assuming that's going to stay up longer, basically.
Yeah, but this is a post specifically about the 72-hour Dew Game Vault.
Yeah,
it's 72 hours starting now until the 5th of January.
Until all rewards are redeemed. But yes,
no one's claimed the computer, guys. You still have a chance.
I'm drinking.
Look for specially marked Mountain Dew Unlock gaming rewards products. Subject to program terms. Link in bio. This is from the Twitter.
Link in bio, guys.
Link in bio, guys. So what we can see here is that there's like a cooler, a Mountain Dew PC. Now we have the specs. Actually, I should have kept them open up here. It's really good value considering.
I'll post the specs in chat.
Yeah. I'm gonna. Yeah.
You guys keep trying to join. It's such a good value, guys. Just buy so much fucking.
No. I agree. I am with you, Rollo. I am with you, but we can't ignore the fact that
the monetary
ignoring the fact that you have to buy all these things. The value is good.
The value is good.
Intel Core i7. Oh my God, where are we? Are we 14th gen already? 14,700K processor.
Yeah.
GeForce RTX 4080 Super. 32 gigabyte Corsair Vengeance RGB DDR5 6000. What does MT per second mean? Memory.
Transistors?
Mega shits. I don't know.
Mega shits.
Gigaflap.
Megatons per second. Mega transfer.
Megatransfer.
There we go. 2 terabyte M2 NVMe SSD. The Z790 DDR5.
Oh.
Yeah. And Corsair 850 watts, 80 plus gold, fully modular PSU. And the case, I guess, is Corsair. No, that's the cooler, I think. Corsair IQ H100i RGB Elite. So there you go.
It's a very nice.
The H100 that's a case.
Oh, it is
This
the case.
is-
Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is ridiculous value. The graphics card alone is worth about 800 USD.
It is.
Yes.
And if you get this, if with Mountain Dew points, if it will cost anywhere between $430 to $860-ish dollars, and so that depending on which ones you buy, so you're paying essentially just the price of the graphics card or less for all of this.
Very good value.
It's a good value,
If
and they were
only you
very
could
upset
just
I
pay
wasn't redeeming it.
Yeah. If only that you could just pay the money instead of having to buy, 400 bottles of
How many
Mountain Dew.
computers do you think they have? Can't be that much.
Not many.
Not many.
Not
no.
many, I
I
can't
wouldn't
imagine.
imagine.
I wouldn't say more than
Well-
like 20 at the
No.
most.
Well,
No.
see, the promo specifically says we have a full. What do they say? They say we have got a full party's worth of 14 rewards. So I would suspect they have no more than
8.
2 of the PCs.
Oh. I mean, they said full party. I mean, are they...
Full
Yeah, but
party's 8
there's
people.
4. Yeah, but there's 4 different rewards. So my theory was that they had 2 of each.
Oh, so only 2 people in the party get the
So
computer.
you 2 people. What? Oh, so what? If you get the healers, get the cooler.
Yeah.
Each, like, what?
I don't
We
know.
would
I'm
get the
saying
cooler.
the explanation of how many they have is very vague. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Listen,
Unconfirmed amount. Could
if
be
you
in-
want to try to get this, go ahead. But I just want you to know there's going to be a moment as soon as the vault opens and you try and redeem, and it's sold out instantly.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you look back to your $400 worth of Mountain Dew right next to you that you just have.
Yeah.
At least you've got something nice and sweet.
Yeah, you
drown your
have
sorrows.
you have Mountain Dew for life. So that's good.
If you drink it all, it certainly will be for life.
Mark my words, we're going to see the biggest fucking spike in diabetes in North America
So-
starting now, because good lord.
I don't think it's just for this, because the Xbox reward thingy, which this is a part of, is like it's been going all year. So it's not gonna. You can't exclusively blame 14, though. We are contributing.
Yeah.
There are many promos that are attached to this Mountain Dew
But
promotion.
God, the pictures of people just like with
It's insane.
shopping carts full of Mountain Dew, like
I have so
frothing
much
at the
respect
mouths.
for them.
And they,
yeah, I do. Too.
I couldn't do
Going
it.
to public like that.
I don't know if I have respect. I
respect anyone willing to save money.
No.
You're not saving money unless you're trying to get the computer specifically.
unless you're getting the computer, I think
They're working hard.
You're
They're working hard.
the
and don't
rest
forget, too,
is
like I said,
arguable. Yeah.
there's also the Baja Blast anniversary coin thing they're doing at the same time as this with specific Baja Blast flavors. There's like Baja Blast lemon
Yeah.
and regular lemon.
I mean, I'm gonna say the Baja Blast coin
Yeah,
is,
you invest in
is
Baja
less
Blast
of a
coin. by the way.
priority.
Yeah.
Like it would be less of a priority to me.
Yeah.
I've already got 50 Baja Blast coin.
Can only go up to the moon, guys.
But it's a great deal, this PC, if you're able to get it.
It is.
Get on
yeah.
it, guys.
How many bottles
if
do
you're-
you need? Did you run the numbers? Did anyone run the numbers on this?
Was it 350?
It was
Someone did.
350 or it
It's
was 100
300.
something.
It's 350 bottles needed, or half that if you get the special ones. So anywhere between 175 and 350 Mountain Dews.
That's like easily a pallet's worth of Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's wrong with
Is
that?
it not? Like you'd have to.
But-
You have this big fucking.
That's less than
corner.
as someone that sees pallets every day. That's less than a pallet roller.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was wondering who was typing in the show notes there.
Oh, sorry. That was that
With
was
the
Tifa.
seal.
Yeah. So be careful, because one thing that
Why
you have,
is gaming always so unhealthy?
I know. Well, this was a funny thing. I mean, didn't we talk about this on maybe we talked about it off air, but someone mentioned like how crossovers work around the world, and in Japan they have like artisanal things. They have soaps and they have hand creams, and then coming to America is like Denny's, Pizza Hut, now Mountain Dew,
Burger,
Doritos.
Zeno's Cup at Hardee's.
Oh,
I still have that
Doritos.
Zeno's Cup, I think, somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
Yeah.
I just have the guilt of sending a magazine
Right.
pictures of what did I have to send?
Of
I
yourself.
like the
Did
Yeah,
you?
the
I'm
Australian
not actually. I'm
promo
not
here
in that
was
ready, but
for the promo for that was great. We only had to buy something from an anime store online. I was like, fine.
Yeah. Okay,
Yukio
I
still has
might
two
have
amazing.
said that in last week's episode. Please forgive me.
Yeah.
I always forget what we say on or off air. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a callback.
It's a callback.
You know.
Yeah, it's a callback.
Now you know that the episodes are in order.
Yes.
It's like poetry. It
Yeah.
rhymes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's
Yeah,
also some
good.
stuff that we can't get now. There's stuff is running out already. Do you want to go through
Mhm.
what we've run out of
What's
while I go
sold out?
sort out my cat?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sure. You can do the first one, Gary.
Okay, I thought you were going to do it, and you
I mean,
said,
I'm-
yeah, sure. So the things that are sold out already are the Taito drink cups. So the one that's Great Serpent of Ronka themed and the Major General themed one. So that's the shark one. The Taito Alizé and Alphino mini figurines, and also the Wind Up Numo and Wind Up Fwath plushes are already sold out. So you can tell that this is a popular promo.
Still, plenty else in stock though. Like more than 24 items, I think. A lot of them aren't particularly bad.
Those were they're the ones people aim for though. The T-shirt and the.
I gotta get
merch.
this shirt, dude. I need.
Because other than that, it's mostly the hoodies and like the Puma outfits and the microphone. It's things that less people would go for. They're very expensive as well.
I wish
And
then
the
the art
magnet
line.
wasn't so expensive because I actually kind of fuck with that Mountain Dew and 14 crystal. thing.
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
The magnet?
Yeah, where has the mountain like the Highland crystal, but it's Mountain Dew.
It's not in our pictures.
Where
but
is it?
not in them, but
it's
it's-
not in the
it-
pictures.
I
that
do
you
remember
saved
it,
it.
yeah.
I remember it.
Yeah,
It's just the
okay.
logo.
It's
for
right
the-
there. It's on the one with the Major General.
Oh, do we? Oh, I guess we're missing that from our notes.
Oh, okay.
Don't
we
worry
didn't-
about it.
okay,
Don't
that's
worry
fine.
about it.
Okay.
Just hide this crystal.
Yeah. So there you go. Go. Be careful. Just be careful. Remember that
Please.
you buy 400 or like 300 or something bottles. Remember, the code is in the cap. You have to open them as
Yeah.
well. So they're all
Yeah,
gonna go
yes.
flat.
Yeah.
Please
yeah.
post your walls of shame if you don't get the computer and you bought all the bottles. I just want to see a picture of it.
Yeah. Yes, Kirgi.
Oh, I was just going to say, yeah, so we don't have that slide. So the other things that are sold out are the Namazu Taito Prize Cup and also the Major General plushie.
Yeah, there you go.
So most of the Japanese merch is already gone.
Yeah.
In fact,
Which
all of
is-
it is, I think.
But
main
the exclusive
thing-
Dew merch is still in there.
Yeah.
I drank Dew.
You have
The
to get the
t-shirt's
I Drink
really
Do
good.
shirt.
I
t-shirt's good.
do, but I need to find a store that has the valuable, like the $200 or the 200-point ones, right? But I can't buy it all at once. I just can't. It would be too shameful. Even if I went to self-checkout, I would just be like over the counter, just beep,
Yeah.
and then just people looking at me like
Yeah.
a fucking freak.
Have you looked online to see if you can buy it in bulk yet?
That's
You
a good
can't.
option,
It's
Roland.
individuals only.
Oh, is it? Oh,
I
yeah.
did check to see if you could get like the 6-pack of the 20-ounce bottles.
No, but like, have you checked online at like, why do you make that face, Lakil?
This is the argument you always make with me to buy like loads of battery.
Yeah,
packs.
because it's not. It's
less
you can
embarrassing.
buy from like restaurant suppliers these things.
God.
So you
Real freak hours
You-
when you start going into like that's crazy.
better
You have no
value for
shame.
money.
You have no shame.
That's how I bought my 3,000 straws.
There it is.
Well, that's freakish.
That's actual freak behavior. So, and you know
The poor
that you are a
turtles.
goblin.
I needed
sometimes.
to get them before they stopped selling them.
God.
Anyways,
Anyway,
Insane.
yeah.
I won't do Instacart or anything because then what if they get the wrong shit? And I'm like, I don't want anything else. Cancel this order because
That's
they're gonna
true.
ask you. It's
Yeah.
like,
That's
hey,
fair.
this one isn't in stock. What am I? Am I gonna type it like, make sure it has Xbox on the bottle so we can get the right one? No,
Oh, awful.
I'm not
It'd be
putting
nice if
myself
you had
through this.
self-checkout where it's, you know, those ones where it like says things out loud. I'd be like,
Oh,
one
God.
onion, and it'd be like,
Yeah.
one Mountain Dew, blah
Yeah.
blah. Oh, well, that was lame.
Or
Like, 26 Mountain Dews.
Or you've scanned in your like 30 Mountain Dews, and then you press pay, and the light flashes, and you need someone
Oh.
needs to come check your order.
This is too much
Oh.
Mountain Dew
And
for
then
one order,
plus,
sir.
what if like I get stopped by the security when you're leaving? You show them the receipt, and they're like, "Did you count the right amount of bottles?"
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to grab each bottle and scan it. I'm going to take the one bottle and scan it over and over again. You know?
Right.
And then be like, "What the fuck are you doing? This looks suspicious."
Mhm.
Like it would look suspicious no matter what.
Mhm. Oh my God!
can't
And
do
then you
that
have to
here.
you have to pick them up and count in front of the dude that like checks your bag. Like the dude starts counting them 1, 2, 35,
Yeah.
44. God, I'd die.
You can't do that at stores here. You have to scan each one individually. Once it's been scanned, it can't be scanned again.
Oh,
Oh, I mean,
think the people on the, if you do the checkouts where it's a real person, I think they
Well,
have the power.
it-
On
They can do. Yeah, they do
Yeah.
have the power mailer. I wish they gave us the power.
oh no, yeah, we can do that
Yeah.
here, but
That's
it
definitely a
depends on the
cool down.
store because some stores have like that weighted one where they expect the weight of the thing that
Yeah,
you're putting
that's
down.
the thing.
Yes.
Yeah, so
I
you
pref-
have
I
to
like
do them
that
one
though.
by one.
They
You know,
weigh
except
all
when
your
it doesn't
Mountain Dew.
calibrate properly.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah, you have to weigh, and you get to see the
Unidentified
weight
item
of
in
all the
bagging
shit
area.
you've bought, all the Mountain Dew.
so this is my plan though, right?
Ah,
I'm gonna
Okay.
confirm some local Walmarts have their exclusive flavor, right? There's like 3 around me, and I'm gonna hit up each one for even amounts. So it's still like freakish, but not like
That's fine.
super freakish, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So
I didn't even think about it, Lakia. With the punt machines here, I would save like $42 back after all of this.
That's true.
That's a good point.
That's a
you
good point.
really want to get the fucking computer?
I think it's a great deal.
Georgie has no
It is a
shame.
good
He would
deal.
go to
I just-
restaurantdelivery.com and just order like the biggest batch they have.
I just imagine Gary be like, yeah, I'm gonna get the computer. I got all the bottles. I'm gonna hit the button, and then it doesn't work because it's sold out
That- yeah.
instantly.
Yeah.
And then in the background forever, he has a fucking Mountain
Georgie
Dew
has
wall of
two
shame.
pallets full of Mountain Dew. And I love like just the idea of it being delivered as well. Like your delivery is arriving, it opens the door, it's a truck backing in with like
Can I refuse this
what-
delivery? No.
What I would probably do is I'd probably order it from multiple different places so that like it's not one all because I don't want a massive thing. I want multiple small things that I can take in individually because
Mm.
it's easier.
Okay.
I don't want a pallet turning
I-
up to my house.
I think it's very interesting of you, Roller, to think that it's less freakish to go and get small amounts from different stores. Like someone's watching you. Like you're paranoid about everyone watching you. That's the
No,
weird
I
part.
just like
No
okay.
one's judging you for buying 16 Mountain Dews. No one cares.
Yeah, no one. Ultimately, no one
but-
cares. That is right. Mailer is
no,
correct.
it's true, but again, I'm putting myself
Your
in
shame
the other
in the
person's
public
shoes.
is turning you into a paranoid
Oh,
freak who's
Mela.
We're
Although I
scurrying
will
around to
say,
16
I will
stores.
say, you too, you would feel ashamed. I
You
know
couldn't
you.
I would feel
Neither of you
ashamed.
Yeah.
fucking do it.
He went home on a train with a garbage bag full of Australian snacks and bread.
But that was because
Yeah,
of
a
you.
right-
That was
a
not by
right
choice. You forced
Yeah.
that upon him. He
You
would
did
never have
force the
done
shame
that.
on me.
You could have refused.
You
Oh,
know, there was a
make a
moment
scene.
Yeah,
we were
you
in
brought some
London,
nice snacks for me. I
Yeah.
would be very rude to refuse as well.
Yes, Roland.
and we're walking, and I'm looking at Georgi. I'm like, he is just carrying a trash bag.
Crash, yeah.
Yeah,
on this
because
train.
Georgi is just showing he has no shame.
Georgie has no shame.
So
Like he's just carrying. So like,
But maybe he didn't have shame that day because he knew that he would relieve himself of the
yeah,
trash
'cause
bag.
he's like, this is
I did,
temporary.
make-
I
shame
did
for me.
actually feel that way, Mailer.
Yeah.
That is true.
And I brought a bag thinking, oh, I hope I can fit the trash bag in this bag so it's a normal looking bag. No,
Mhm.
this trash bag was too stuffed with bread.
Crazy. Crazy.
Well, listen,
story.
I'm just trying to imagine myself in someone else's shoes in the grocery. Like imagine, you got your cart full of Baja Blast or whatever flavor, right?
Mhm.
Of a single flavor, okay? Single flavor.
It's your favorite.
And you're going down the aisle. It's like filled half of the cart at the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a
Yeah.
small child
What
and
you-
his mom is like, Mommy, what the fuck? He has all these.
Rollo.
Can I get that much? She's like, oh, he's a freak, son. Get away.
Rollo, you do with as much boldness as you can. You get a trolley, and with one arm out the side, you just push all the drinks into the trolley as you walk past.
Rollo, here's the question. Would you normalize your basket? Would you have the do on one side, and then would you buy like bread, milk, cheese? Just to try and look normal.
No, because it's too obvious. It's so much Mountain Dew I'd have to get for the shirt.
Yeah.
It's a decent amount.
30
as much
bottles
as
of
the
Mountain
fucking
Dew
computer.
and bread. Just
Bread, the
just-
paper, cigarettes,
See now,
anything to normalize.
10.
It's only
That's within range of being normal. you
Right.
know?
Yeah,
It's
I
still
was
like a
gonna
little
say
bit
it's-
too
You're pushing
much,
it,
but like,
but yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
not
it's
freaking
only between
behavior.
10 and 20. I buy.
No, listen.
more,
What I find strange here is that you guys have been. I've got a lot of flack for buying fresh in the past. When I bought like 5
No, we encourage
cans,
it.
I wouldn't hear the fucking
No,
end
we've
of it.
encouraged it.
We love you buying
No,
fresh.
well, you have shifted over the years. I will say that, but there was a lot of bashing in the beginning that I was buying
I've-
too much fresh. But now I won't hear the end of how
No,
much more I
make-
can buy.
We make fun of it because you're ashamed of it.
Yeah.
We don't make
Uh-huh.
fun of it because you do it.
I see. I
Yeah.
see
We
how
make
it
fun
is.
of the fact that you fear the idea that people will judge you if you buy
my-
significant numbers of it.
My limit on the freak scale is 4 at a time. I
Yeah.
can push
See,
myself to 5, but that's too much.
what I
Fine.
think. That's what I think is funny, that you're afraid to buy more than that.
Yeah, because then I'm the
The
freak
difference
who
is
buys.
because you
Yeah.
were going to come in, Georgie, and talk about the difference between like 10 and 20 or whatever. But if you buy them in a multi-pack, that's completely different to shoving in 20 single bottles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
the
makes it
thing.
weirder.
Yeah.
Like what? Like anyone else would be like, why are these all loose
Yeah.
single? Like what?
Mm.
Why didn't he just get the
Uh-huh.
multi-pack of like 15 bottles?
Yeah.
Who is this
That's
freak?
fair.
And why has he got bread and cigarettes as well?
And I need my Newports and my bread and my 30
What is this-
bottles of
what
Mountain
weekend
Dew.
is he planning?
Can you
And my
even grab
condoms.
cigarettes by yourself? You have to go to the counter.
God.
I don't
people
know
just-
how it works in America.
Oh.
Maybe they have a cigarette
Uh,
aisle.
He's
A
in for it.
cigarette aisle.
You do have to get a bread.
Yeah, go down the cigarette aisle. Okay. Well, anyways, I knew we would get stuck on this, but yeah, there you go. That's Mountain Dew. Go get it and have. Your teeth will rot if you drink all
Yeah.
of. Be
Yeah.
careful. This is a lot. So much sugar in that. I'm shocked, seeing how much sugar is in the in a Mountain Dew. But do sponsor us still. We will. Our teeth will
Yeah.
rot if you pay us. All right.
I will drink some. I'll drink
Regularly.
it for the rest of the year if you do sponsor us on here.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's it. Moving on from Mountain Dew. On to Make It Rain. It happened, believe it or not. 2024 Make It Rain. It's still available. When
Yeah.
does this event end again? It's in.
Ages.
June 3rd or June 1st?
Literally about to check that.
Oh yeah, okay.
It's soon.
It is soon. I
1st of June.
Yeah.
think 1st of June, so it's about to end.
Not ages.
So we,
Very
No, sorry.
imminent.
You get
31st of May in your country, sorry.
Oh,
okay. So
you have about a
Guys,
week.
about a
it's,
week.
it'll be this week.
Yeah. Okay, so it happened. So I'll say I did this a week ago, if
I
not
think that's
more.
very bold of you to do that.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah, I
think.
should have saved it for closer.
I should have, and
Yeah,
it is.
That's the best thing about having two characters. I can do it once when it's first comes out, and then I can do it again on the other character to keep it fresh in my mind.
Yeah, I did it because I was, for some reason, I thought maybe we'll do it next week. We'll do it on the podcast. So I did it then, and it is fading fast from my memory.
Not much happens.
No,
I
probably
did.
not.
You'll remember that I was upset that they added this man.
Yes.
but they had a perfectly good man. But he turns out to be part of the same publication, and I liked
Yes.
that.
Yes.
That
I
was
like
good.
that too.
Yes.
A
I was very
colleague.
positive.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
I'm
he's
curious-
heard a tale about.
Yeah, so this man, the quest starts with a man named Quavain who works for the Thavnarian Truth,
mhm.
Yes.
which is the same magazine that the Hildebrand companion is from for Endwalker. I want to know. He mentions at some point he brings up the character from the Hildebrand storyline.
Yeah.
I want to know, if you haven't done that, what he says.
Ooh.
That's true. I think he just. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's just a reference you just don't get. If
They might just not say it. Just not saying
because
it.
it's quite vague. It's like I have a colleague kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's not super. It's not like you're that guy who's been helping out my friend in Thavner.
Mm.
Like,
No, he doesn't know that.
it's vague enough that they probably didn't change it, but interesting, yeah.
Yeah.
He's heard tales of water imps in the Gold Saucer, or strange happenings, and so we go and investigate.
Okay.
And then we spy. A very
He
tall
identifies
one.
that you're an adventurer by how you dress.
That's true. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of us.
we do
I
dress
mean,
look
a
certain
lot of
way.
NPCs do
Yeah.
that. They say that. It's a weird, like.
because we're not still wearing hempen blouses.
Yeah, but you could be.
That's true. You could be.
But they aren't.
But-
No one's rocking the hempen chemise or whatever.
Look, after all these years, there's actually a trigger in all quests that if you are still wearing your level 1 hempen, adventurers gear, they'll think you're just a man or
Yeah.
a woman.
Hello, man or woman.
That's
yeah.
all they say, and then you can't even pick up.
You
the
can't even
quest.
pick up the quest. No, because you're just a dude. Yeah. So we spot an imp walking around. How does it tie in? Because I remember we have to follow him because he talks to us. Oh yeah, fuck. There's also the whole Manderville Godbert thing as well.
Well, yeah. Well, what
Yeah.
happens
This is all
is that he
fragmented in my
says,
mind.
"Well, yeah, I was going to say, it clearly is."
Yeah,
When we
obviously.
first talked to him, he asked us to go to the Gold Saucer with him to investigate the imps. We go there, we talk to him, and we spot this Kappa, this man in a Kappa suit, and then you can react either with say that it's
imp.
insulted you.
Excuse me, it's imp.
Yeah, sorry, an imp. No, well, no, I'm speaking. I'm using the Far Eastern terminology
Yeah,
as
well,
is established later on.
Mm.
But you talk to the imp, and you either get to say it insulted you, or it's clearly a person in a costume, and he'll
Mhm.
agree with the second bun. So then he's disappointed because he's like, "Oh, well, this isn't
He had a
actually
good journalist
supernatural."
idea. Now he can't write his article. What's he gonna do?
Right.
But then you're
Um,
also told to seek out this one person that knows more information about the promotion.
Yeah, there's
And then
one
they read-
member of staff who you kind of hear whispers about.
Yeah, they redirect you to a how do they describe this half-naked man with an imp
Oh,
head?
Lord.
Ghoulish. A freak.
No, not ghoulish. It was something
a
like
pervert.
solid.
He is a pervert.
He is a pervert.
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah,
about you.
gorgeous. A gorgeous imp. So I don't know.
At that point,
Yeah.
he offers you an imp suit, and he expects you to go around and entertain guests. At which point, you get the opportunity to either say "kapapa," "squee," or something in English.
Mhm.
And if you do the English option, which I didn't choose to do the first time, but did the second time, the guests will freak out because they're like, "You are not supposed to talk like that," and
You're
you have
ruining
to
the
pick a
illusion.
different option.
Aha. Okay. I
That's
see.
funny.
Yeah.
I was too scared.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I left it till my ult.
Then we head back, and he tells you to go back to the start area where the man is, the journalist.
Mhm.
And then, it was But Mandeville all along. I
who
would
could
never
see
have
that
guessed
coming?
it.
Oh,
And he talked
no.
about the March of the Imps creation. It was like an idea of one of his staff members, I think it was, to try and recreate this creature that they'd
Yeah,
seen.
it goes into a little bit of history of like imps in Eorzeus. It's
Yeah,
interestingly
it's kind
enough.
of cool.
Yeah.
They're kind of an
Um,
oddity, really.
They are.
It's very just like they're more so kappas, I guess, but
Yeah.
it's
Well,
sort of Western mythology RPG kind of thing,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it doesn't fit. It's kind of weird, but I like it.
And then he just says, "Thank you." He gives you the suit. And then you can see people around the sorcerer, and that's when we find Yugiri.
Yeah. The journalist says, now I can. This is enough to write a story. It's about one man's attempt to keep the tradition of, or the knowledge of, ancient knowledge of imps alive.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
he's happy.
Yes.
I think that was
Around the
Yugiri, and who was the purple one?
The purple one is Gilia Leopo.
Yes, that was a
Oh,
egg
yeah.
woman.
No, Yugiri's the purple one. Jilly is in a pink one, I think.
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
And Yugiri says that these are kappa in our culture, and Jiddy talks about dreams and eggs.
Right.
I couldn't find anyone else, but I ran around.
God, can she
And,
talk about anything else,
Ki-
Jilly? Jesus, get a hobby.
No.
Yeah, Jilly talks about how she wants to dream about imps one day and have them be part of a hatching tide.
Mm.
Kippy Jackia also appears, but she's not dressed up. She the journalist from the
That's true,
Rising
yeah.
events.
Oh yeah. Okay, and that's the quest. That's
was,
exactly how I remember it. Of course, I remembered that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not the
If you
worst
wanna-
Make It Rain.
Sorry. If you want to find Yugiri, you need to do the ranged physical role quest for Endwalker. She
Right.
won't
Not
appear
really the
otherwise.
requirement
Oh.
for it. Okay.
Mhm.
That's interesting. Oh. Yeah, she's just she's like near the entrance.
She's in Round Square.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Rewards wise, I mean, you get the imp suit.
It's a cool outfit. And
It's a good outfit.
Yeah.
the housing item, the table's kind of cool. The outdoor thing's decent as well.
The clock. Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. I like a chronometer.
Yeah. I need to remember to
the
get
story was okay. Like it was not the
This one's
worst.
fine.
Make it right. It's not the best, obviously. The mystery ones were the best, but this one's you know kind of like an upper mid one.
Yeah.
It didn't overstay its welcome. If a story is going to be not very exciting, I'd rather it be short than long.
Agreed.
Exactly.
Which is an issue that some Valentione events have had in the past, where they're boring and long.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't have high expectations for Make It Rain, anyways. This is
Never, no.
they are always like this.
Pretty passable. A solid B.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Ooh.
A B.
Well, I was gonna say C, but
I'd go well.
Maybe high C, low B.
Yeah.
Around.
High C. High C.
It was fine.
I'd just go.
It
I go
didn't-
normal C.
I wouldn't say it's a D because I didn't feel insulted by this event.
No.
Yeah.
If we compare it to last year, what was last year's Make It Rain?
Combined one, right? The combined one.
Was it?
Yeah, that might have been the combined one with what was it combined with again? Oh God.
No, it wasn't.
No, it was
No,
Kippy
we
Jackie
hated
last year.
Yeah, it was Kippy Jackie last year. It was the one where we go to the
Oh.
Gold Saucer and like, let's learn about the history of the Gold
Yeah,
Saucer.
she does
Oh,
a
shit.
story on it, and you have to like.
The most nothing
Yeah.
one ever. That's like
Right. It was.
It was
nothing.
Last year's
basically
was bad.
You remember the quest when you unlock the gold saucer and wander around it? It was
Yeah.
that again.
It was that again.
Yeah, that was no. So it's
Yeah.
better than that.
Yeah, it is better. Okay.
And we learned that was the one with the multiple paper reporters.
Well, the reporters
like from the
from
Harper
Yes.
Herald and
Yeah.
Metro Live.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. That's
Fine. It was all right.
it was all right.
We don't know who this person in the Kappa suit is. They must be just a generic like adventurer or something because we never meet this. If we met them, we don't know who's underneath them.
True.
That's true.
Interesting.
up
Maybe
data on
maybe
Garland
this is the
polls.
beginning of like a mystery.
Maybe a
book,
recurring
next
character.
year.
Yeah, maybe.
We unmask them.
Maybe they'll commit a
I'd
murder,
be there.
and we'll have to.
Oh,
Be a
Yeah.
murder mystery, or maybe they get
Another-
murdered.
I like a murder mystery.
I want a real murder like to happen. Like just in the game.
Oh, okay.
For the event.
Right.
I should
Okay.
say.
Okay.
I want someone to actually die. I want that random lady in Old Duh, that's like looking at the clothes or something. She's upset she lost.
Oh
Clark.
yeah.
What the Roganin,
Who
The
lost?
one that
her
plays
what?
Triple Triad?
Oh,
Oh, Yellow Moon.
yeah.
Yellow Moon gets
Yellow
murdered.
Moon.
You wanna get? What about this is wild. What about if Make It Rain 2025? You stole the dice
Oh, God.
and it's permanent.
You stole a dice
my-
And they
permanently.
relegate
finally.
her death to
Like,
a
make it rain.
Make It Rain.
That'd be so fucking funny.
I'll miss the event.
I'd love that. I would love that.
You might actually miss out on the event in which you stole a dice, so she'll be
Yeah,
gone from
she's
the
just
MSQ
not
for
there.
no reason.
Yeah,
And
no
you're
one
just
will
like,
ever tell
the
you.
You'll never know.
The next MSQ, you're like, where's your stola?
And you'll
No one
only
ever
get the
talks about
answer if you did the Make
If
It
you done
Rain
the
event.
event, yeah. And everyone
Everyone's
should
too
do.
traumatized to talk about. They don't want to
Yeah.
mention it.
Ah,
Oh,
no, that would
God.
be good.
Okay, well, there you go. Make It Rain. I think it'll average out to a C, I guess, if we're going to put it
I
on
think
that
so,
scale.
yeah.
Okay. That's, as they say, that's it for that, for recent events. Let's check the time. Oh, God. Do we have time for MogMail?
Time for one.
We'll do one.
Yeah,
we'll do
yeah,
one.
do
Yeah.
a quick
All right.
Moggy.
Here is MogMail. This is from Wakasagi Hime from Siren. Hey, speakers. With talks from Yoshi P mentioning bringing a focus to more group content and some community talk of making things not as boring in combat, it got me thinking about ways to keep the game challenging, but also be accessible to those who might not be up to par skill-wise. So I ask, what accessibility options would you all like to see or can think of that the game could need? An example could be a toggle to gray out combo buttons so you don't accidentally press them in combat. How are you? Hope you're all doing well, and thank you for reading my silly emails.
That's fair,
Right,
actually.
Yeah?
Because there are buttons that there's never a reason to press them unless they're already lit up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
True.
that's a good one.
Even
Even like tying into last week, even pulling your standard 1, 2, 3s into a one-button combo, obviously making it optional
People
would be an
Hate
accessible.
that.
They really do,
People
yeah.
hate the
I
idea
don't-
of
People,
that.
I don't understand.
people hate the idea because instead of pressing 1, 2, 3, you press 1, 1, 1. It's the same number of presses of a button. It doesn't take away anything
Like-
from the gameplay.
I mean, I wouldn't use it personally because
No.
I like hitting 1, 2, 3. It's muscle memory at this point anyway.
Well, yeah.
But like, I feel like controller people at the least they definitely want that, right? Like
I guess. I
doing
don't
a
know.
1, 2, 3 on a controller seems a lot more miserable than just
Yeah.
having one attack.
I mean,
The
They could
PvP
they
ones
could do it
work
on a
fine, yeah.
on a controller. You could just make it so that you switch cross hot bars so that it's the same button with your thumb every time, but then you're just using other fingers.
You're just dancing over the controller to your 1, 2, 3 combo.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
I'm on the wrong layer. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm trying to use the right skill.
Yeah, there's a lot of discourse about that in our comments section on last week's episode. I will say, there was. Can we address the comment that where there's a lot of chat based on mishearing Mela? Because Mela,
Yeah.
there was a lot of essentially.
We're on the same page, chat.
You were literally saying what Mela said, but you are saying it because you think Mela said something he didn't say. Mela said
No.
dams.
No
Not
comment of the week,
dams.
Nikhil.
But I did
Stop
see
this.
someone did correct it though, so shout out to you.
Oh, good on you.
They did point that out. Mela said dams, as in, woohoo, this is a dance.
Have that fights the
Okay,
how-
I was
how fights
fucking
are
wondering
designed in MMOs.
what they were typing when they typed dams.
Yeah,
I was like,
I guess they think damage.
Did I miss something?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I had no idea what it meant, but yeah, no. Mela was talking about the important part is getting the movement of the fight correct alongside your rotation.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes.
that's just the most obvious thing too. Like the job balance and rotations and all that are nothing without encounters.
Exactly.
Like, it
Yeah.
is.
Hmm.
They go hand in hand. That's
Mhm.
why
Yeah.
I'm trying to analyze just rotations from like videos like that. The job trailer one are you can't really do too much.
Right.
Mhm.
So, anyways, back to the MogMail. So, accessibility options. graying out combo buttons we just talked about. So, making things not as boring in combat.
Well, if it's only accessibility options, I think really expanding on the duty recorder. So, what if
The what?
when you went into the duty recorder, it had like a timeline of the actions you took or something? So, some way of seeing what you have done, and then, or like what you and the enemy have done, so you can pinpoint where you've gone wrong in your rotation, or a way of like more. Obviously, they don't want us to have like DPS meets and stuff, but ways of reviewing your own gameplay.
Oh God! But
would
you
be
know,
quite an accessible
you know why
feature.
that wouldn't happen, because
I mean,
you know someone
It
would be
could
like,
it could delete all the other characters on the screen, so you just look at your character. Like I know they're really
Yeah.
funny about this, but
yeah,
a way of reviewing your
personal
performance.
only. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's never going to
I
happen,
think
but
that
because
needs-
they hate
no, I know,
anything that
but-
will give you any feedback on what have you done. But
Yeah.
Um,
Just keep making the same mistake forever then.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, you don't
I
pay
mean,
my
I think
sub.
personally, I really do think the visibility sometimes of what the fuck's happening
Yeah.
very poor in this game.
Yeah,
I think, at least for like new stuff, sometimes you might die or something happens. You're like, what even caused that? And the chaos, even with limited effects, it's like the visuals are harder to read. Maybe a way to turn that down even more. I don't know. Well, I guess you can already disable them all.
I think
but
there needs to
then-
be more options with that, Rollo, because all limited and off isn't helpful. You should be able to like
Mhm.
specify what skills you can see and can't see. Because I want to see the bubbles that I need to stand in, but I don't necessarily need to see, like a turret that the machinist has dropped or something. Some things aren't relevant.
yeah.
Give me a screen shake when I have a debuff, to alert me. Like
You
just
bring up
just
something
very
good there,
visible.
'cause P12X.
I wouldn't use
And
that. That drive me crazy.
I was seeing people talk about this as well recently. Like they specifically use the example of Doom. Doom is it's very difficult to tell you have Doom unless you're actually looking at your statuses.
Yeah.
So I feel as if there should be some sort of visual indicator above someone that indicates that they have Doom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And all debuffs ideally. And
Well, that would be
like
difficult
we're doing
if
in
you're
P12S
stacking,
now.
like with stacking debuffs. It would be hard to have like a visual
Yeah,
indicator
yeah.
on the character, but
Yeah, but
some way
debuff
of
related mechanics
yeah, I
are
agree.
rough.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, the feedback on those are just not particularly great. There's got to be a way to make it more, because there already is like a visual for it.
Mhm.
It's just impossible to see. Like the
Yeah.
debuff visual, like little, I think it's like purple down lines you
Mhm.
see, like a
Yeah.
purple haze,
Mhm.
but it's like
Yeah.
you can't see that all the
Why
way
not
zoomed
like
out.
an expanded debuffs UI element where it shows like a bar ticking down to like with words on it maybe as well. So like something to just an option to have a more visual debuff
Mm-hmm.
window.
Chat is correct. They have more visual debuffs in PvP. They could do something similar with certain mechanics in PvE.
That's true. Yeah.
There's an unwillingness to bring anything from PvP to PvE.
That's no man's land. That's where the beasts live.
Yeah.
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 Even though they're PvP, since the rework has added some really good features to the game, they refuse to bring them over.
Okay, do you guys remember? I remember this is like a real learning experience for me when I first started 14. Is it? I think Temple of Karn, was it this first boss with the little head and the wasp, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have like the plates where you get Doom. I did not know what the fuck was happening when I first started.
Mhm.
Like I would just, it would like the thing would go off, but like
Yeah.
it's
You
hard
had to be told.
Yeah, and
Yeah, you
I
had
think
to be
it's-
told.
I think it pops a message up now, doesn't it? Or it makes it more obvious.
I think so. I'm super against though having the debuff tooltip be what you have to read to figure out
Yeah.
what the fuck
I agree.
Oh, so
Like,
true,
that-
Rollo. With
that
a
is-
4-second buff saying you are emitting the
Yeah.
light and you will
Yeah,
soon
and that's the
do an
worst part because you'll be
ether
like,
burst.
"Oh shit, I have to read the debuff." the curse of a million, like forever, and you have to interpret the text, the sacred texts.
Chad is correct. The fact that there are multiple types of Doom and you don't know what the solution is to all of them by immediately looking at it is very frustrating.
Yeah.
Some are debuffs, some you have to heal them to full.
Yeah.
I am all about juggling multiple plates in this game to make it difficult, but I
100%.
don't want to have to read and interpret like debuff text personally. I don't wanna have
Debuff
to go to one.
reading is one of the least fun methods of increasing difficulty in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've set my battle log up to be very readable for me now.
Mhm.
I only know how I can go back after I die and look at the debuffs, but if I remember rightly, it doesn't show when you hover over it. It doesn't show you what the debuff icon is. It just gives you the text.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So there's no way of linking exactly what I'm looking for to what this debuff was. So I have to try and remember. Oh yeah, it looked a bit like that.
Yeah.
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 How the fuck do you do that on a controller like quickly enough? Because you have to like the back
You
button, I think,
don't.
and then to like switch between every kind of menu you have open.
Yeah.
Like the party list. Oh, my buff list.
Mhm.
Oh, whatever, and then you have to go to the right debuff. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
how
sounds
do they
miserable.
do that?
I think that's like a miserable point here. I don't particularly enjoy it.
No.
I don't think you've done P12S, but it's currently what we're struggling through right now, Rollo, and it's very unfun, a particular mechanic, superchain theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you get very little time to like read your debuffs and like yeah, you need to learn like just
Yeah.
very
They resolve within
roughly.
like a second.
yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what
it's
I
a
think would
common-
be useful?
What?
An enemy spell list after you've done a fight and seen it, you know? Where like you can
Yeah.
open
Mm.
up maybe like
Yeah.
an instance or before, like, oh, you've seen these attacks. This debuff does this. Or I guess sometimes you'd have to puzzle it out, but at least some kind of reference, you know, instead of you could always write it down, of course, too. Yeah, but it just make it a little
Yeah,
bit
but-
easier to get that information, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, big popular MMORPG World of Warcraft has a encounters like guide built into the game now for raids. So each boss will tell you what all of the skills it does is, and you can read through them. Because that game has a lot less in terms of usability for the player without using mods,
Yeah.
add-ons.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
on a whole different level
Yeah.
these days, but
Yeah.
yes, a glossary of skills. If
Something
you've
would
seen the
be
skill,
Yeah.
would be useful.
Yeah.
Even so, yeah, exactly. The things Blizzard have done to make their encounters accessible are very good. I think 14 gets, deserves all its praise, but there's things we lag behind on.
That's true. Okay. Well, there you
At
go.
least we can try it, Yoshi P.
Yes. Who knows what we get in? Maybe we'll get something in Dawntrail.
8.0 is apparently the turning point for this game, so I'm looking forward to 8.0.
Yeah.
Well, no, 8.0 is the turning point for class identity. They said that with 7.0, they're going to make the fights more involved in terms of like moving around during an encounter,
I'm
Yeah.
really
interacting
excited for
with the boss in an encounter.
that. I await it with bated breath, and I'll say this, Googie, if the first boss of the first dungeon in the game is very similar to what I've used to, I'll be like, why have you done this?
Yeah.
The first one has to be unique and interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well there you go. That's that. Thank you for your MogMail, Wakasagi
Wakasagi.
from Siren.
Thank you.
All right, moving on. It's time for the great discussion. Well. Let's talk about the game. We never talk about the game in this podcast. It's a shame, isn't it?
It's all news.
Now it's finally time to talk about the game. We're going to talk about the gearing system in 14. Is it outdated? Does it need an update? Is it boring? That's the question we're asking. That's what we have to discuss. Let's go through it then. Let's break down the current gearing system. Like, how does it work now? How do you gear in 14?
Number go up.
Number go up. Yeah, that's pretty, yeah. TLDR,
Wow.
number go up, basically. There's an
you
eye
have
level.
You have one currency,
Mm-hmm.
which is
Well,
the current time stone.
yes. We're talking now about endgame gearing, not specifically gearing in general.
Yeah.
But, like, if you start as a new character...
The treadmill gear. The
you
treadmill gearing has one main currency,
Mhm.
and then every 2 patches, they add in a new main currency.
And
Yeah.
there are three main ways to get gear. There's crafting, there's collecting tomestones and then just buying them,
Yeah.
or there is earning them from raids,
Mhm.
specifically for the most part.
And those
Normal raids drop token.
Mhm.
The savage raids drop gear
Mhm.
and also tokens for savage gear.
Mhm.
And then your standard tomestones are from doing just current content, roulettes,
Yeah.
minimal other stuff.
And this has been the recipe essentially since the
The
beginning.
beginning of the game.
The only
Mhm.
thing that has changed
Was
are
it-
like how raid gear is obtained, like tokens and
Mm.
stuff. That stuff has changed.
I
over
would say it was a
time,
bit more complicated back in A Realm Reborn,
'Cause back
and
in
then they
yeah.
perfected it with Heavensward.
In A Realm Reborn,
and
it was
decided no change necessary.
yeah. In A Realm Reborn, you had to do the more traditional MMO route of having the random drop for gear in raids specifically to get the gear. No tokens in A Realm Reborn. That changed. I guess that was Heavensward when they introduced tokens. Was it?
Heavensward was, because
Mm.
it would have had the pogs and
Yeah. Right.
crankshafts and everything that Alexander dropped.
Yeah.
Obviously, 14 has a formula and it has balancing, and there's only so much they can do. So I think one thing that they could add to the game to at least make the treadmill more exciting is simply making tomes obtainable in more activities.
Mm.
Because
Okay.
I mean, when they added it into things like maps and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
that gave you a more fun way of gaining tomes. Doing expert roulette 5 times a week gets boring pretty quickly. Spamming all the roulettes gets you there quicker. But I don't know, like maybe your hunts could give you a handful of tomes and then also give you the nuts, so it encourages you to do that. Fates,
Hunts already give you tomes, don't they?
do they?
Yeah, current
Yeah,
hunts they give you
Oh,
tomes.
Hunts-
A rank ones
Yeah.
yeah.
and
A
S
ranks
rank
and
ones do,
S
but I mean
ranks.
like the clan nutsy stuff as well.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Fate, they could introduce a new, they could bring back leaves.
I mean,
Oh,
yes.
Leaf.
I mean, leaves. We talk about. Oh, thank you for mentioning leaves. Yeah, put tomes in leaves. Yes, new leaves. Add tomes. Yes, I'd do them. Yeah. That's a good idea.
just more-
I mean, yeah. I mean, get more. I mean, we don't need to get a lot of tomes for like stuff that can be. Obviously, it has to be scaled because you can't get like 50 tomes for doing a leave quest. I mean, people.
Sure, yeah.
You'd get like 2 tomes for a leave.
The point is that,
I wouldn't do them for 2 terms.
well, no, I wouldn't do this.
Well,
but
no,
the
but
point
you'd also
is
want
that
to
you're
do-
gonna cap.
Yeah, but
in
you
the
want to
week.
do leaves for something else as well. You're getting money. You're getting
Yeah,
EXP.
money
Well-
and yeah.
Well, the thing is, if for end game terms, you're not going to be leveling with the leaves because
No.
they don't let you. They generally
Well,
don't let you
this
get
is a-
experience.
Well, what if
in
they
terms
allow
of
This is a
you to?
separate. This is a separate discussion about leaves that we've already had. But you would have to add
Mhm.
like stuff that people would want: minions, mounts.
What if you could get end game tomes and XP for your odds? Then you're gaining, you're
still- well,
progressing
the-
your end game character and gaining some XP.
I guess there could
why...
be a flag for be like at least this character has at least one character up to end game,
Yeah,
so you
once
can
you're
get the
maxed.
end
Yeah,
game
the-
tomes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The thing is, you're going to cap every week. And you're going to get 450, and the treadmill will never change. Letting people get their cap on Tuesday compared to Friday doesn't make a difference.
Hmm.
So why not make it,
Well, they
give as
want you
much
to.
as possible.
I mean, they do want you to play the game, even if your GP says play other games. I mean, they want
There'll
you
always
to
be
log
people
in.
running expert because that's 90 tomes. It's easy. But
I agree. So what you think about the gearing system is not necessarily the system itself. It's just how fast we get to the end to cap, is what you want to change. You want to change
I just
how
feel
fast
like
to cap.
it's. I think when you're prolonging, it takes what 10+ weeks for a full set of
Mhm.
Tomestone gear. When you're going for that long and you're doing, 5 experts a week,
Mhm.
cap every single time, it just gets tedious.
Well, the issue is that it's also very difficult to get alt job gear
Oh
That-
yeah,
that
that's been
infuriates
out
me.
for so
until
long.
until the catch-up patch.
Yeah.
It's very
it
difficult to
infuriates
get
me.
gear for other jobs. I think there needs to be more options. There should be more options for gear at that level. Like maybe there'd be the level of like crafted gear, but I want to be able to do it other. I want to be able to do content to get gear in other than just like getting tomes or doing raids.
I fully
Yeah.
agree with you. I think
Which
when
they-
they add in like the tombstone gear, why don't they add in a very easy way of getting like 10 eye level lower gear with like the old tomes or
Mm.
something or whatever?
I mean, chat brought this up. They tried to do this with LOL Island, but they tied it behind LOL Island Savage, which is already very not commonly done because of how high level it is, and the rewards, even with the accessories they've added to it, are still not worth it because most people already would have had what they needed from Savage coming out a patch earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, very. That felt more like testing the waters kind of thing. You know what I mean? Instead of
Yeah,
having
maybe.
it actually as some kind of gearing path.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's insane that a game that where you're so heavily like, it's like promoted and told like, oh, you can play any job and multiple jobs in the same character, where you're so punished for it at endgame
Mhm.
for
It
not
infuriates
playing
me.
one job for like the like rating patch. You know,
Right. Yeah.
like it's
You
so.
either burn yourself out capping again for another 10 weeks to get your alt job for the next
Mhm.
patch, or you just abandon them until you can do like catch up stuff.
Yeah.
It's just stupid because the only alternatives is to get the crafted gear fully pentamelded, or
Mhm.
just
I mean,
like raid on your main and then give your alt jobs the coffers. Why there's how many classes in this game? It's like 20
well,
classes.
I can see how like they want probably crafters need something to do as well. Like it's to
Yeah.
keep the
Hmm.
economy of the the servers going as well. I can see that part, you know, that they want to make it hard for you to get all the tome gear so that you have to buy it if you have alt jobs off the market board and then pentameld it. You know, like I see that there is, you know, I see why it's like this.
Yeah.
And
But
I don't
it's
know how they
just,
change.
you know.
Like the economy is and in the game is very vulnerable. So I
It's a
don't
very
know.
complicated web
Yeah.
of different systems, from battle content to like
Mm-hmm.
crafting and other things. So I understand that it's not an easy
90% of
Yeah.
recipes in this game are worthless.
90%.
Yes.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
things that
yeah,
will
at
make
this
you money
point,
is
maybe.
food, potions, the current crafted gear, high quality, and the current battlecraft gear.
Oh, that being said,
high
there are still
quality.
some old recipes that still gives you a decent amount of
Very,
money.
yeah, and then a handful of interesting recipes. You know, minions. Most minions have been chucked into like coffers and Moogle tombstone events and stuff. So there, you know, there's no value there. Furniture drops quickly. This chat points out so much drops
Yeah.
because everybody's an omni crafter. Anyone who crafts has got all the jobs at max in the best gear, and they just, you know, churn things out.
Mm-hmm.
Crafting is in such a weird spot in this game.
You know what? Fuck it. They should give everything substats, and every time you get a drop, it's a random fucking substat you're gonna get on there. So you have to fish for a god roll. That's what.
Yeah.
We'll make it really cheap. We'll make it really cheap to get the gear, but it's like
Yes.
maybe a 10% or 5%
It would-
chance you get gear
it
that's
would-
actually good.
It would have to be very easy to redo because when they did that in Eureka, people were infuriated.
Imagine for every piece too. You're like, oh man, I just finished the raid. Oh, look, here's my drop, and it's like, you know, you get turned in. Maybe they just give you a random shit when you go to the vendor, and it's like, oh man, I got straight vitality on this one, guys. I don't think the black mage is going to be too useful with this one.
Yeah.
I hate that kind of shit though. I hate when
That's
other
the new
games do it.
meta. 12 million HP tank. All of it.
God. This
Was it then light farming too? That was part of it. Right?
Yeah.
Just to re-roll the stats on the relic.
Yeah, this always reminds me of, remember Orange when he got his, they changed the stats. They just introduced the
yes.
new stats. And,
Oh, yes.
and he had saved up all of his dust or whatever. I don't remember which stage he was on. And then he just did it. And then he's like, well, is tenacity the good shit? And I said, oh God, no. Oh God, no, it's not.
No.
And he had put all of his stats into tenacity.
Everything in tenacity.
Oh no!
Relic. I have never laughed that loud in my life. That was the funniest shit. And he was so angry. Shout out to you, Orange, for your horrible relic. So yeah.
Well, what do you think about gearing in other games? Is there any other games you play that have like you think has good gearing? I wouldn't say it's good. I think it's interesting at the least. But Elder Scrolls Online, I think their deal is, as far as I remember, I haven't played ESL in a long time, is that the level cap's been the same for a while. It's the gear that's all different. So every gear is sort of relevant, I think. So, we'll do that in 14. Make it flat level. Nothing past 100 anymore.
How would you make?
It's not terrible.
No.
How would you make multiple sets of gear relevant in this game?
Do sets bonuses, but you can't do that in this game.
Wait, no, we can. We used to have them. We used to have set bonuses. Bring it back. Remember the very early, like it's 1.0 gear though. Like the stuff from Brayflox has a set bonus. The Maelstrom, or sorry, the Grand Company stuff has set bonuses.
Yeah. I wish we had resistances back and you had to build like a fire resistance build to do the new extreme. I think that's cool.
Yeah,
but
I think people would hate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it would suck with our current with how long it takes.
But if
to get gear.
if we just made it so it was easy to get the gear.
The closest I can think of to something like that in recent memory would be Eureka gear, which you specifically need to run Beldessian Arsenal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think the job balance in this game too is just so you can't touch it. It's like balanced on a fucking needle or something,
Yeah.
Any kind of change. Yeah, knife's edge. And any kind of like, ooh, extra bonus from this set would fucking throw it all out of whack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the trouble.
Yeah.
Chat's right. Everyone's like the current system, everyone's very comfortable with it. It's it's so accessible and casual, but also just draining.
See the problem. I think the only thing they can really do without making complete rehaul to the whole system would be to just make multiple ways to get more gear.
Yeah,
because as it is, that's what makes the treadmill boring, because you have two options. Unless you have money, in which case I guess you have a third. But even that's not exciting.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the trouble with it. At the very least, like in their new Eureka for this expansion or something, just passively playing there, you get tokens that you can exchange for maybe not the top gear, because they seem to hate it if you can, buy multiple jobs worth of gear.
Yeah.
But 10 9 levels below.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if you could do normal level variant dungeons and get like accessories or something at the same level as like normal raids.
Yeah.
Then you'd have more reason to do those as well, at least.
Exactly. They're scared that people will not do the raids if they let you do something else.
Yeah. I'm not asking for Savage Raid tier accessories.
Exactly.
That's what the higher level Criterion dungeons are for.
We understand that nothing will go over Savage or Savage level. That's fine. That's supposed to be the highest level, but we need something, an alternative path. And I think that also solves the problem that we've had with variant dungeons, that there's no incentive to run it. There's like no, to run normal mode variant dungeons.
Exactly.
Well, this is one. This is a way. Yeah.
There's no way that you're going to stop this game having the 10 level, eye level increase, boring, like +3 stats. Like, that's just the game now.
Mm-hmm.
But at the very least, let us level our alt jobs and gear them in a...
Because as it is right now, you get, on a catch-up patch, you can get gear. You can get non-upgradable gear from 24-man raids. If you could get accessories from variant dungeons or some other like content they choose to include it in, it would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can gear an alt job without ever having to spend a tombstone, which you can then save for your main job.
Mm-hmm.
and then by the time you've geared that one up, you can start gearing another job with tomestones and another with the 24-man stuff and the criterion.
Yeah, because by the time the 24-man raids are out, or assumedly the variant dungeons, you can start buying the upgrade items so that you can upgrade your tome gear to get it to the level of Savage gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't
Weird gear.
I thought an interesting way of gearing was, and I don't know if they still do it. That WoW expansion. What was the one after Cataclysm?
Legion.
Yeah, Legion.
I think it was after Legion. Anyway, they had like some
Warlords of Draenor was first, wasn't it?
They had some.
What was it?
yeah.
Mists first?
No, don't ask me about the fucking order.
It was Katam because Garrosh was in it, so it was Mists because he became Siege of Orgrimmar.
Yeah.
It's one of the more sort of recent ones. We had like the amulet that you upgrade over time.
Oh, Battle for Azeroth, yeah.
Yes, that's what it was. Battle for Azeroth. Where like it would never happen in this fucking game. Absolutely not. But if you had a single item that you wear across all your jobs, and they all just give substats that you upgrade over time, as like maybe an additional way of gearing to get your alts catched up to your BIS, like your main job. I think that'd be.
I liked it. The amulet was really cool.
Yeah.
BFA actually had some really interesting gearing as well, because like the gear pieces, I can't remember what they called them, but they had like you could like slot glyphs into them for like actually interesting upgrades on how your skills worked and stuff. BFA actually had some pretty cool. I'm kind of with you on that, Rollo. Similarly to like not quite as extreme as Guild Wars 2, because that basically has a once you hit max gear, you never need gear again. But like the idea of having
that, right? Or it was like that.
Like heirloom type gear, maybe like you could get like you say a necklace or a ring or something, and that is something that you just upgrade to. That could be interesting.
Chat has an interesting idea of bringing in world fates. Like, you know how there's so for like this expansion we have Ki/Kai and
the one that's in something.
Yeah, the one that's in Thavnir. Imagine if they tied like you could get not the best gear, but you could get relevant like chest and leg gear from one of them, and then headpiece, arms and legs from the other one. That'd be motivation to keep doing it.
100%. And then what about the shit little shared fate system? Once you get to rank 3 in each zone, it can offer you one slot. Like this zone is necklace.
Oh yeah,
and
that's cool.
And that can refresh, as the patches go on.
Will that really convince you to do them, though?
You guys are
potentially because it's tangible things that you can, You
can already get tangible things by colored gemstones.
Yeah, see, that's how I feel as well, Rollo. I don't think people need more motivation to do shared fates.
No,
there's no harm in adding something, even something else.
I mean, sure, I wouldn't be against it. You just hate shared fates, though. You're such a bi-colored gemstone.
You know what?
I like such a little hater.
I only dislike shared fates because it takes so long to open the fucking menu. I hate that so much.
It's not that bad. It's
I'm like, oh god,
about a minute.
I need to like set aside a lot of time, like 20 minutes, just to open the fucking menu to see what I need.
I sincerely want to know what the fuck is the reason that it can't open instantly in the same way as every single other menu in this game.
That is crazy. The data's only in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just one.
They have to fax it over every time you request it.
God.
But yeah. A Rehaul of Fate would also make shared fates more fun. Or reducing the maximum for rank 3 to 30. I don't. It's so many fates, but it's not. Making fates good again, not good again. Good. They've never been good.
What I worry about though is that if they make fates good, or like they improve. Sorry, I didn't mean that. to improve fates. They would do what they did before, and they would overuse them. There was a time when they first released Fates, everything was Fates with the Realm
That's
Reborn.
true.
The Crystal Tower shit.
Yeah. Oh, Fates. It's all over the place. Just don't do that. Improve them, but don't lose your minds over it, please.
I do miss having fates as a requirement for certain content.
Oh God! And
It's
you had to
so
you had to sit there and
crazy.
wait for it to spawn. Oh, it was awful.
I think
Missing it was heartbreaking.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You'd
yeah,
go in
it
the shop.
was.
Please stop! I see the please. I'm almost
On
there.
my way. God.
take a leaf out of Zadnazor's book for
Okay.
Fates.
What is that?
Oh, in terms of like
Constant.
complexity.
Oh,
Constant.
constant. Okay.
And complexity. Constant fates.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are, have real mechanics to them, and then the really fun dual fate per zone. So then someone gets selected to do the fun middle fate.
Yeah.
People would be doing that for at least 2 weeks
Yeah.
more than normal.
Mm-hmm.
That is so interesting that they never expanded on the dual system that's in
It was so
in
cool.
Bosnia.
Yeah.
It is. It is like
Don't
It
make it
was-
as hard though in the real world.
Oh,
Like, don't make it
in the
that hard.
overworld, no.
No.
you
But-
sincerely need like a build to go in
Yeah.
with it. I mean, I don't think it's much these days, but
No.
you need a set of skills at least.
You
Yeah.
had to know what you were doing.
That is true. It probably wouldn't have. They'd probably never be able to make it as difficult as it is in Bosnia, just because of the fact that you don't have like actions or whatever
yeah.
they're called.
Yeah, I think you had to like invuln through a couple of
Mm.
Yeah.
depending on who you were trying to solo.
Mm-hmm.
But they would still be able to. make
Always
it
fun to
hard.
watch, by the way.
Oh, I
it is
loved it,
like
yeah.
as a spectacle. I don't watch World First, but I do love watching the solo fights because most of
I
them
think-
fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. I think they could make them at the same level as trying to solo like a deep dungeon boss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be at that level.
Yeah.
Imagine being
it
able
could be
to watch, like, imagine everyone watching you fail.
Exactly, the pressure. We need
Yeah.
that. But you get like a good reward for doing it. And then
Mhm.
everyone's like, oh,
Mm.
well, I want to do that. And then people will stay in the zone and
Yeah.
do them for longer.
The more I had completely forgotten about that system. Yeah, that is a great
Yeah.
idea
It's
to
a good
bring
system.
into. Yeah.
People do overworld content early on because you get the fox headpiece from Stormblood, you get the minions, you get the funny outfits.
Yeah.
Once you've got them, they're done. Add in
Yeah.
some really unique, like a pet or an accessory for completing the jewel in each zone, and people will be doing that for months.
Yeah, because I sometimes still continue to collect the things you get from the World Fates because I think they're going to release more.
Mhm.
Like with the key, they gave us the level check amount.
Mhm.
I thought they would eventually give us an opportunity to buy the striking dummies that are in base Omicron because they're shaped like level checkers,
Oh yeah.
and they never gave them to us.
No.
They simply don't care.
Okay, we've trailed a little bit off the topic. We're talking about the
Yeah.
That's
gearing
true.
of
Yeah.
this game, not.
We just love
rewards.
fates here, man.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
love
Number
Fates.
one fate fan.
I mean,
But
you
it's-
could
that
you
would be a
could
good
make
way of adding to the gearing
tomes a
system.
reward for the jewels as well. I mean, instead of
Yeah.
adding
Yes.
rewards from the
Yeah.
fates, you can get.
It's-
But no, it
especially-
ties into the shared fates, the idea that it would make people stay in the zones longer.
Mm.
especially if they're gonna keep adding them. Like it does feel kind of like a vestigial limb almost.
Yeah.
Like I love them, but their use is, or it's mostly just like kind of like niche zone story stuff and
Mhm.
the bicolor gemstones. It doesn't ever really go past that.
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
thank God they evolved with the bicolor gemstones, because even
Oh,
though
yeah.
I don't want to do 60 fates in every zone, and, eventually I will,
Yeah.
but if they didn't have that, would you still be doing them that much now?
I
No.
can't wait until next expansion. I'm gonna do so many shared fates. Oh, I love it. It's so
Oh,
good.
Yeah. Okay.
Are there any other means of being able to give us more gear? Any other alternative like
What
tracks
about
they could invent?
converting older tomestones up the ladder or into like tokens or something that you can exchange for
I could.
alt job gear, or maybe even the same level? I don't know.
I guess.
People are very against changing the speed. I think of gearing. People don't like the idea of having to do more than an expert a day. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Poetics, converting poetics into the secondary tome, maybe.
Mm.
Oh, you get a really bad exchange rate on that.
Yeah, they're
I
gonna-
suppose you would.
I mean,
Yeah.
it'd be really shitty if they did
Yeah.
something like that.
I don't know.
I mean,
I
that
don't
would
know
be.
how we
I
can.
wouldn't be
There needs
against.
to be ways of alt job.
That would be good though to have some way of converting, even if it is like super shitty. Like you give like 1,000 poetics, or is it 2,000? The cap?
2,000.
2,000
Yeah.
poetics, and you get like 500 or less than
Yeah.
that. Like
100.
100. Yeah.
No,
I
not
think-
100. I'd say
100,
200 at
200.
least.
200. At least you got to spend your tomes on something. I haven't
Exactly,
spent
because you're always
tomes
capped.
in a long time, in years, in fact.
You're
Yeah.
missing out.
Yeah,
You can make
'cause-
money with that.
Ugh.
Yeah, because I
You make
actually
money
find
of
it quite
everything
difficult
in
to
this game.
Yeah.
to do content that gives the secondary terms a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Not the top one, but the second
Yeah.
the second most valuable.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? This is barely related, but for crafting progression, for as far as gear and items, I think you should pass like a crafting test from your job trainer, and they'll be
What
like,
do you mean?
you have to do this like expert level craft right now in front of me
No,
to get this upgrade
they've-
item.
Yes.
They have said this. They've
Yes.
said this before, Rollo. They're never going to
Um,
make expert crafts required.
I know.
It's a bad that's a bad thing to do. What they should do, all raiding gear and the high level crafting gear is all expert recipes now. Everything hard is expert recipes.
All of it. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that sounds miserable.
I actually don't disagree that crafted. There should not
They should
the
use
current
the
level of
system more.
crafted gear. I think there should be a higher tier of crafted gear that is expert recipes, but then it kind of makes the other one lower, less.
Oh, the one with more
less
slots.
relevant.
Ornate. Yeah, it could be the ornate one with the 5
Yeah.
guaranteed slots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You could
ornate.
yeah,
That would be
craft
good.
That's
instead
that would be
of
fair.
Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right now
And
the
then at
floor's
least
too
you
low
can-
with these crafting
Yeah.
checks.
I agree
we
with
go
you.
like,
If you they just macro everything.
these guys have it too easy. Fuck them.
Yeah.
I will say people are macroing expert recipes now as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can macro
Ah,
anything, man.
why can't
Macros
you
are
just-
powerful. I mean,
you know what?
you
Delete
understand.
macros.
You know,
Delete macros
you
from
know
the game.
why macros are important for crafters. Crafters have to like make shit in bulk. I mean, no one would play crafters if they had to sit there and do.
But Lucio, they're all definitely clicking the macro each time, aren't they?
Yes.
They're not automating it in any way. Surely not.
Can't-
Don't try and.
oh, I see.
They better not be automating.
no,
it,
no,
'cause
no,
that's
they would
against
never.
The terms of
Of
service.
course, they would never.
They are sat at their desk, clicking all their macros.
Absolutely.
Have you ever been in like an end game zone and you're just like, I don't know, doing whatever, and you notice like a gatherer like running between 3 spots in like a straight line
Mhm.
Mhm.
every time, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Mm."
You just stand there and just look
Alright.
at them. Well, what I usually do is that I walk over and then I target them because there is a chance they'll walk by their computer and they'll see a player is
see.
just looking
Yeah.
at them, and I hope they get that primal panic that their account is in danger, that I'm standing there to
see.
report them.
To be honest with you, Lucio, I say go for it.
I never do
Report
that.
away.
I should. I'll tell you, Mela. I'll start
Suspected
forwarded
cheater.
to you.
Please do, yeah. Thank you. Suspected cheater.
Mela, for your reporting pleasure, I present this
Nothing-
guy.
Nothing gives me a bigger thrill than watching justice be served to cheaters.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mm.
it doesn't even necessarily have to be cheaters based on things you've reported in the past, Mailer. It's just people that are doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Gotta- yeah.
You're such a narc.
Some
yeah.
people have bad vibes, and you gotta send them to the jail.
That's
Exactly.
fair enough. Yeah. True.
I'm
You
making
know what
this game
bad
a better
vibes Mailer
place.
hates? People
What?
that put things on the community finder and have obvious mods.
Yeah, that's against the terms of service.
Mhm. Mela is like. Such
Oh,
a-
and the I
The
completely
community, yeah,
forgot
the
about the
raid thing.
community finder.
Yeah, yeah. Mela's
That
even
was a
out
funny
there
one.
in the community finder,
Oh, it's
upholding
so
justice.
funny.
I think Mela
Where's
will find
Ours is dead now, right?
No,
been dead
it's-
for a while.
it's up again.
He
It's been
I
revived.
reposted
recently
it.
yeah, but
Does it still have the typo?
no,
No,
I
No,
thought
he
it
took that down
had.
ages ago.
Ruined.
It was very sad that it wasn't there. But the when I was there, Mela, you're gonna get a fucking heart attack if you go to the community finder now, because there are
I'm going now.
literally like AI pictures and shit now.
Really?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my
yeah.
God.
It's gone. The community finder needs you, Mela, to return.
Ah,
You're the hero.
Yeah, law and order.
it's time.
Is it against the terms of service if they're so clearly not even taken in game?
Well, this
community find?
There'll be like characters, and then the background is AI. There's obviously
Ah, okay.
heavily
I'll not be
modded
allowing that.
characters there.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
There's one called Patriot
well,
Gamers
okay.
with an American flag.
No, okay. Don't,
Let's not
don't
shout
call
them
out
out.
people, Rollo.
That's
Okay.
funny.
Yeah.
It's just funny.
Shout out.
Not bad.
No shadow, because I don't fucking want to have
No
anything to do with
shout-outs.
you. That was Rollo. I might have to bleep this. All right.
If you're using AI backgrounds, beware.
Mm.
I'm on it.
Okay, so there you go. Anyways,
Oh, you can't put that on.
no,
there, man.
we're
What the
not
hell?
talking about the community
Okay,
finder.
Sorry,
shut
I'm
up.
just-
All right,
It's just,
all right.
just go seek your own pleasure. It's great.
Enjoy the community finder. There's a lot to look at. Okay, we're also there. Seekers of Eidolon, if you can find us. I think we're there until end of May. I think so. Maybe if you're watching this on demand, I
Well,
don't.
is it 3 months that you?
Oh, it's
live
just
up for?
1 month. You have to
Oh,
read
wow.
They
it
don't
every
give-
month.
yeah.
And you have
It's
to
a beaut-
repost
It's
it,
actually a
Rollo.
really nice,
Mm.
really nicely designed website.
It
It
is
is.
very underused,
good.
like most
Yeah, it's
14
like a
features by the West.
Beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
really well made site.
Yeah. Okay, so so we've talked about the gearing. We've given our opinions on it. Does it need an update? Yes.
Yeah.
I would like it to.
You know, just shake it up. I want
It's just
something different.
stale right now. That's the thing. It's just been the same for so many years. It doesn't have to be like, we know there's issues around balancing your treadmill and stuff, but just something to
Mhm.
Yeah.
for alt jobs at least, something
And
to shake
options
them.
options would be nice.
Yeah.
Mm,
That's true.
we're
Yep.
suffering here.
We
right?
are we're suffering. Okay, maybe we'll have a great discussion about bots in a later edition, a much later edition of Speakers of Eidolon. All right, that's it for today, though. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Remember to follow on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersXIV, exclamation Discord in chat if you want to join our Discord server. If you're watching on demand, links in the description. Remember to send us MogMail, speakersXIV.com/MogMail. We do need MogMail, so please send us that. If you're watching live, we'll be going into the post-show, where we'll be reading questions from the Syndicate and discussing the Titanic fanfic, I guess, that we're going to read at some point.
Oh,
See you there. Goodbye!
Goodbye.
Goodbye.